Well, good morning. Happy Friday to you. Oh my goodness. I'm so looking forward to this weekend. Weather finally switching, getting the grass cut. How many of you, raise your hand, how many of you have ridiculously long grass? So yesterday, Jim was telling me that the grass service was going to come and cut the grass. Finally, by the way, my husband agreed to let somebody cut the grass so he didn't have to hobble around after 3 knee surgeries. I'm so proud of him for that, first of all. How many of you still cut the grass or have somebody else do it? I'm telling you, you got to get your time back, right? Life is so important. It's like going away in front of us. And so if it's those things that you can turn over to somebody else and support their small business, do it. But we got to get them out of here because I'm losing my dogs in the grass. I can't find them. Good morning to all of you. As you're popping on this morning, I'll be looking at your comments. And of course, share, like, follow all of our streams, whatever your favorite one is. Let us know what you're doing this weekend. And don't forget to honor your mamas, right? It's going to be a beautiful one, by the way. We're going to talk about the weather. We've got some news you can use. And then we're going to do a little cooking. I love our Foodie Fridays that we started. And this time, we're going to learn how to make ceviche. We'll do that coming up for you. But let's kick things off with our weather segment. And it's one that we call What the Weather.
Good evening from St. Louis, Missouri, and it is a beautiful one.
And don't we like when we hear him say it's going to be a beautiful one? Good morning, Beckett Moore.
Yeah, good morning. It is this weekend.
Oh, so I was trying to figure out what am I going to put behind us? I was like, we got to put that sunshine, sunflowers, plants, and that's something maybe people will do for their mamas. Plant, do her gardening, do the work for her. That's the greatest thing that she can do. All right, so we talked to you earlier in the week. You're going to go to brunch with your mom?
Yeah, I think so.
Very good. It's going to be a pretty one, but I would recommend go to church with her, maybe go to brunch with her, and then get outside. We're going to do just that. We're going to barbecue. It's a good day to barbecue on Sunday, I think.
It is for sure.
All right. Well, if you're new to the show, by the way, this is our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore. You can follow him on X and you can follow him on YouTube as well, at More Weather Official. But I was asking Beckett because I don't usually get allergies, my friend, but there's definitely something that's been going on. My ears are itching, my throat. Every night I've been sucking on a cough drop. So I asked him to look into this for us. Anybody else in the same boat as me? What's high right now from an allergy standpoint?
Yeah, so tree and grass pollen are both high as well as the mold count. So pretty much everything's high right now. So if you're having itchy eyes or having nasal problems, it's probably because of the pollen.
Oh, okay. So yeah, and everybody's seeing it all over the place on their driveways, all over their patios and everything. But you just mentioned mold, so that might be it for me. I'm really
Yeah,
allergic to mold.
that's
That
probably it.
explains
Yeah.
it all. Aha. Okay, that explains it all. Okay, before we let you get into the weather, how many more weeks do you have left of school?
I just have today, next week, and then the next week is just exam week. So really only one real week left.
Can we just say this? How in the world did your freshman year go so fast already?
I know, it was so fast.
So it feels like that to you as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
because I was like, sometimes kids don't feel it, but adults feel it. I was just talking to my godchild, and she's wrapping up 8th grade. She's getting ready to start freshman year, and I asked her, I'm like, what do you think about that? And she's like, well, a little nervous. You felt the same way, right, going into
Yeah.
freshman year?
Yeah.
Now you feel better going into sophomore year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
see, now you're not the small kid on campus anymore.
Yeah.
All right, so again, heading into Mother's Day weekend, let's find out how things are going to look today, into the weekend, and next week. Beckett, take it away.
Yes, so looking at the current conditions right now, we have sunny skies, temperature of around 51, and that's going to continue to increase as we head towards lunchtime. Dew point 42. Sunrise this morning was at 5:54, and sunset tonight, first time 8 p.m. And we're going to continue to see that sunset later as we head into the summer. Now, morning, 55 degrees, sunny skies this morning, and then as we head into this afternoon, we're going to be warming up to the 70s with a high in the low 70s there, around 73 for today. Low tonight, around 48. As we head into tomorrow for our weekend, I mean, so nice, high in 78, sunny skies. Then as we head into Sunday, mostly sunny skies for your Mother's Day, 79 degrees as our high. We keep those 70s, even getting into the 80s as we head towards Wednesday, but 2 rain chances Monday and Wednesday. Looks like Monday is going to be more of a rain all day, but Tuesday just a couple showers around. Then Wednesday, Thursday, 90 degrees as our high. So just crazy. We're really warming up.
90? Wait, when does summer officially begin?
Well, meteorological summer begins June 1st, but like astronomical begins, I think, like June 21st or when the summer solstice is.
Okay, that's great. And of course, the unofficial start of summer is when everybody opens up their pools, which many
Yeah.
people are doing already. I was talking about when we were going to open ours. I got to have you all come over, by the way. I've been saying this for the entire time I've known you. You and your family have to come over for a swim party. Deal?
Deal.
He's like, that's okay with me. 90 degrees. I think we might need to do it next week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a beautiful weekend. And again, tell your mom I said happy Mother's Day.
You too. I will do that.
All right, everybody. Beckett Moore again, isn't he great? I know everybody's jumping in saying, "How is his freshman year over already?" It's crazy. So we're just getting started. We've got a great Foodie Friday on tap for you. But I thought I needed to go back to the way the show first started. Look, I haven't been lighting my candle. I used to say that I wanted to light a candle to brighten up your day. So let's do that. And I just love the smell of amazing candles. We do it on set, and I haven't done it here in a while. So this one, of course, Monica Blue. This one's actually Moonlight Citrus. Oh yeah, smells good. So if you hear a little crackling in the background, that is the candle that I used to light. Do y'all remember that? For those of you that have been diehards? Yeah, we actually have a little lighting also. It's a dual purpose. Well, good morning to you. Let me see. Let me go to the comments before we get into talking a little bit with you. And feel free to comment on any of the news you can use segments that we talk about. Good morning, Linda. She said, let's deliver some good news and good weather. Beckett, he did just that for you. Beautiful morning. Enjoy that walk. Yeah, it's a gorgeous one for sure. Julie, good morning to you. Happy Friday. Good morning, Jenny. Hope you're having a great start. Stephanie Newbill, happy Friday to you as well. Linda said we cut about 5 acres. Oh, Lord. We both have 0. Okay, that seems fun. But we push a lot with self-propelled propelled mowers as well. Yeah, cutting grass I think would be fun. Like when you get those big daddies and you've got your drink right here and you got your music on and you're just flying around. That looks fun to me. But pushing like crazy, we've got 6 acres, Linda, but only about an acre and a half that he would actually have to maintain. The others is very wooded, but still, it's the way it slopes, and that's what always bothers his knee. Tell me about it. How is freshman year over? Makes so sad, Jenny says. Good morning, Jeannie from Texas. Yeah, she watches us from Texas. Again, let us know where you're watching from. Okay, Jenny said she needs that lighter, so let me go ahead and show you all. I've got a couple. This one's more like camouflage looking. Have you all seen these? There goes my countryside. Have you all seen this? Okay, so this is from Christopher's. Shout out to my friend Mark Coulter. We've done a lot of shows at his boutique. Christopher's in Kirkwood. It's the coolest thing if you've never seen it. So you push this thing on the side, and then you'll see this little green light. There we go. See that? And then that's on. And then you just push this right here, push it forward, and then it, there, can you see? Let me see here. There we go. That comes out. And then you have this light up. And then that's how you light your candle. And by the way, you'll never need one of these again. So for people who have to constantly buy these at the store, not these, but constantly buy the other ones and then they go out, this is all you need. And then you charge it up. Come on. They're the coolest things. Get that for mama. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms and mother figures, Julie says. Rose, did I miss the memo about the animal in the back of your chair? You did not miss it. I changed things around just a little bit for you. I told Beckett and Charlie last night, I can't believe my babies are so grown up. I know, Jill. Happy Mother's Day to you. I can't believe it either. So happy. Okay, yeah, well, you already took it away from me. That's my lead story. Rose, no, you did not miss it. I actually just changed my set around a little bit. This guy, let me show you. These are some of my favorite things. So this guy is from Australia. I love Australia. We went there for our 2nd anniversary, and this is what we brought. Well, we brought a lot of things back, but we brought this little guy back. And come on, you gotta love the little Joey. So this is from Australia. Now I can't get him back up there. Rose, but you did not miss the memo. He's gonna fall over. Oh, there we go. So he watches over me. And then this guy, my mom got me. And I just love tigers and lions and bears. Oh my, no, but I love tigers and lions. This actually came from when my mom and I and Jim went to Branson, and he signed it for us. This was a magician, and they one of the shows that they do in Branson. So he gave that to me. So it's a memory of good times, right, with family. So there you go. And then in the background, it's one of those triptychs from Cabo San Lucas. That's actually a picture that I took and then made it into that triptych. Pretty cool, huh? So yeah, change the setup a little bit, Rose. That's all. That's all we did. Joe, good morning. There's nothing fun about mowing. I know something. Oh, I mow something around 5 acres. Happy Mother's Day. Everyone should buy their mom some flowers. Flowers, yes, do something for her, though. I think that's the greatest thing. Now, how about you do that, ladies? Let us know what truly do moms want. Probably you're going to say time. Do you want maybe breakfast made for you? Again, it's a whole 24 hours, even though I think it should be so much more, but a whole 24 hours on mom. That's what you should do. Okay, well, some of you have already stolen my thunder. So, yes, I think hopefully by now you've heard this, but this is our lead story. We sure do have a new pope. And I was glued to the TV yesterday because he is from Chicago, but he has ties to St. Louis. We have an American pope, folks, Cardinal Robert Prevost, who took the name Pope Leo XIV yesterday, was born in Chicago, but he has ties to the Lou. According to the Vatican, the newest bishop of Rome entered in the Order of St. Augustine in St. Louis, in the province of Our Lady of Good Counsel, on September 1st, 1977. The archdiocese confirmed that at the time he served, they were serving in a former St. Louis parish, Immaculate Conception, St. Henry. An American pope was not on many people's bingo cards. That's what Mac Bradley said yesterday. So Mac, a lot of people know from what he does with Mardi Gras, because he was with Mardi Gras Inc. for a long, long time. So he was interviewed yesterday by KMOV, and he said that they walked over to the former Immaculate Conception, St. Henry's Catholic Church yesterday after hearing the new head of the Catholic Church, Pope Leo XIV, spent time there in the late 70s. So you just kind of walk through the halls and say, hey, there's a connection here. Big surprise for some people, right? The world met Pope Leo XIV yesterday. And again, from the Chicago area. And there's a lot of people that were weighing in thinking, who would be the next pope? And again, that white billowing smoke went out and said, we do, in fact, have an American pope. And I'm so excited. And a lot of people getting really emotional as well, right? Did you get emotional? My mom did. My mom said, I want to say prayers for him and I hope he leads well. Jeannie said, I'm so happy he's our pope. I was emotional. See, let's see, Jill, I want to not cook at all for a whole day. Okay, so moms are weighing in. As we sprinkle in some of the news you can use, feel free to tell us if you're a mom or you have plans for mom, what are you going to do to give her her time? Julie, I was shocked. Oh, you were shocked again about the Pope. Jenny, my grandpa would have just been thrilled to see this. Again, feel free, folks, to weigh in on anything. And do me a favor, we are underway. So let everybody know that we are on Facebook. If they're not on Facebook, tell them they can watch on YouTube or LinkedIn, X, Rumble, and Instagram. And we've got our Foodie Friday coming up. Happy Mother's Day, Stephanie, to all moms. It's been 4 years since my mom passed away. I miss her. I can't imagine this world without my own mother. So trust me, I don't take it for granted, the blessings that have been bestowed upon me from the good Lord above, having my mom. But all of you who don't have mothers, can we just do this all together? For all of you that are mothers, brand new mothers, congratulations. All of you who have blessings to have children that are in grade school, high school, right? Or college. You have older adult children. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Kids, take care of your moms. For those of you who have lost your mothers, my heart goes out to you. And for those of you like me who never got a chance to be a mama, and although it tugs on our heartstrings, we understand that he's got something else planned for us. So it's always a hard day, I got to say, on Mother's Day. Linda, I was very emotional yesterday, excited for our next chapter. Good morning to you, Tony. Ciara, good morning. I have 5 boys. I'm looking forward to a nice morning with my boys. Then I'll be at Pueblo to serve all the amazing mothers in the evening. So excited for the new Pope also. God is good all the time. Well, hi, how are you? So she works at Pueblo Solis. I love that. Next Thursday, we're going to be at Bab's house. For those of you, obviously, I know she knows Brian McKenna. For those of you that saw our interview earlier this week with Babs, we are going to be sitting down with her in an afternoon show, 4 o'clock. It'll be probably emotional as I sit in the chair where Brian sat next to Babs. So it'll be Babs and myself reminiscing, but continuing to take the vibe forward, right? The vibe that he always talked about, your vibe attracts your tribe, but it's keeping the vibe alive with our dear friend and talking a little bit more about Brian McKenna Day that is coming up at the end of the month. If you haven't heard us talk about it, it is on May 31st. And again, it will be from 2 until 7 p.m. They're going to close off the streets from on Macklin from Devonshire to Nottingham. So again, food, drinks, music. If you have any questions or you want to make a donation, you want to do a sponsorship, they can use use that. Please reach out to brianmckennaday@gmail.com. Good morning to you, Carrie. Hope you're having a good one. She said, my mom passed 8 years ago and I miss her. She would have loved seeing the new Pope is American. Yeah, absolutely. Again, good morning, everyone. Sierra, yes, I'll be watching. I get chills just thinking about it. Brian will be with you as he is with all of us. It is going to be emotional. I just kind of actually teared up a little bit when I'm thinking about it. So thank you so much. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name. Is that Ciara Sanchez? Hopefully I'm not butchering your name. Rose, I want 24 hours of not doing a dish, using the washer, no cooking, no cleaning. I'm sitting drinking wine. I'm going to milk it the whole day. You are a mama, Monica, to 3 canine kids. I know. Those are my furry babies. Pueblo will also be a McKenna Day. Yes, absolutely. Jeannie, going to Mass in mom's hometown, then taking flowers to her gravesite. Absolutely. Yeah, so let us know as you're signing on. What are you doing for your mothers or moms? What would you like done for you? Because it's got to come straight out of your mouth. What do you want your kids to do? God bless you, Jeannie. I hope you're having a great day. Let me pop over to Instagram real quick. All right, nobody over there making any comments. So we continue on. Again, the lead story, obviously, we've got a new Pope, and it is an American Pope. I want to give you a follow-up to a story that we talked about. Do you remember this? The former Hill grocery store. So for all of you that are in our St. Louis area, you know about the Hill. For those of you that are outside of our area, come to town and visit the Hill neighborhood. It is our Italian neighborhood, and it's steeped in tradition. Well, the longstanding grocery store, Viviano's, that we told you about, that was closing back on May 3rd, potentially getting a new lease on life. John Viviano and Sons shutting down on Shaw Avenue. Now the owner of Di Gregorio's Italian Market on the Hill is purchasing that building, but it is uncertain if the building will reopen as a grocery store or maybe it's going to be something else. John Viviano and Sons originally opened back in 1950, and it was in the family for 3 generations. And I know a lot of you heard that story and thought, well, that's a shame that they're closing. Yes, they still, of course, we've got Viviano's, which is part of a family that's in Fenton, where we did our Mobile Monica show. They also have a location in Chesterfield. The one on the Hill closed down. Now it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Paul, good morning. Taking flowers to my mother's gravesite. Hope you have a blessed weekend and Mother's Day. Yeah, Paul, I hope you're doing great. I haven't seen you in a little while. So Paul Meyer with Cardash, he was on with us a handful of weeks ago, doing some great things out there. All right, here goes. The can of beans being recalled. We just went from Hill to beans. You all get that reference? Hill of beans? Come on, that's funny. Cans of beans recalled in 23 states. Vieta Food Group recalling 4,500 cases of Yellowstone brown sugar molasses baked beans. The product contains soy that's not listed on the label. Undeclared soy poses a potential risk to people with soy allergies or sensitivities. The FDA said no reports of illnesses, no adverse reactions have been reported so far. By the way, the recalled 15-ounce cans have a best buy date of February 17th, 2028. If you've got this, you're urged to return it to where you bought it for a full refund. So don't just throw it away. Again, it's your hard-earned money, so get some money back from that. And that's not it. It seems like we constantly talk about these stories. Now tomatoes being recalled in more than a dozen states due to possible salmonella contamination. 2 tomato recalls have been issued. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration shared that recall notice for Ray and Mascara 4-count vine-ripe tomatoes packaged in clamshell containers. They may be contaminated with salmonella. And I'm doing this story because it does affect our immediate state. The recalled tomatoes were sold by Gordon Food Service stores in Illinois, as well as Missouri, and then Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Mississippi, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Wisconsin. Again, no illnesses have been reported. Consumers who have purchased the tomatoes have been urged to discard them immediately. No illnesses, but again, discard them immediately. They were distributed between April 23rd and April 28th. And I know a lot of people always say, Monica, when you do these stories, I just get really frustrated because I'm trying to eat healthy. And then I got listeria over here and I got salmonella over here. And I got this recall and that recall. I hear you. I know. Let's see. Sierra, those tears are of love. Have the best day. Sending all the love. And it's pronounced like Sierra, just spelled differently. Okay, so it is Sierra. I'm off to take kiddos to school. Always remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. Boom, right? Happy Mother's Day to you as well. Let's see. Yeah, God bless you, Paul. Don't know many who still visit grave sites. That's interesting. That would be an entire show that I would like to do because I used to visit my dad's, and then I don't know. I know that that's where their marker is, but that's not where my father is. That is where his body was. His spirit is up there. And for me, we would always go around on days of his death or on days of his birthday or days of my mom and his anniversary. And I would go to memories that we had created. And I had them for a short time here on earth, unfortunately. But don't you like that idea? Go to where you created memories or go to where you would have loved to have taken them if they were still alive. I think that has more energy to it. But you got to do you, right? If you want to lay flowers down to where their gravesite is and then maybe go do that. But I do agree, Jeannie. I don't see a lot of people doing that either. For me, it's not my connection. I used to go there. My brother still does. My brother will go to his gravesite, but yeah, I haven't been to my dad's in a long, long time. Let's see, Jeannie. One of our sons is coming in from Austin, Texas. He is a chef and he spoils me. Well, Jeannie, you're going to love the show. You just can't eat anything anymore. Yes, you can, Jenny, but you do have to be careful. That's correct. They aren't there. It is their hometown. Yeah. Okay. So speaking of hometowns, you want to retire? Where should you retire? Well, evidently it's Maplewood. Look at this. Maplewood named the best small town to retire in America. In America, folks. Best small town to retire, according to a recent travel and leisure feature citing data from Go Banking Rates. The honor highlights Maplewood's affordability as well as safety and quality of life. They have a population right now of over 8,000, but after this story, maybe it's going to continue to go up. The inner ring suburb of St. Louis earned a livability score of 87 out of 100, low crime rate, monthly cost of living around $2,810. In addition to retirees, the city draws young families and professionals thanks to its diverse housing, access to public transit, and strong community events. So Maplewood, congratulations, putting you on the map. I love that. Pretty cool, for sure. All right. If you are a fan of celebrating during the Independence Day and you want to come to town, by the way, Jeannie, this is a good time to come to St. Louis. Celebrate. St. Louis is returning to downtown July 3rd and 4th. Live music, saluting the troops, fireworks over the arch. The parade, though, has been moved to the fall. Now, if you want to know about live music, artists like Russell Dickerson, Gavin DeGraw, Salute the Troops, a family fun zone, fireworks show, which I think is one of the best I've ever seen, over the Gateway Arch at the end of the night. If you want more information about all of this and the official timeline with additional musicians that will be announced, keep an eye to celebratestlouis.org. And I will just kind of throw this in there. When I worked at KMOX and when they were, because they moved their location, when they were downtown, right there by the riverfront, the coolest view. And we were blessed. We were able to sit up on that roof and watch that amazing fireworks display. Some of the prettiest pictures I have of the fireworks, again, over the arch were from when I worked at KMOX. And then, like I said, then they moved. So we've got a really cool story. We were just talking to Beckett about wrapping up the school year. Look at this. This college student is able to walk for graduation on a pair of legs. He's an amputee that he built himself. He has had prosthetics since he was a kid, but he built his own, and he said he finally feels control. This is a guy from Charlottesville, Virginia, and his name is Brian Douglas. He's a fourth-year kinesiology major at the University of Virginia, built his own prosthetic legs. I mean, come on. Isn't that amazing? It started as an assignment for a summer internship. It turned into a life-changing breakthrough for the college student. He's had prosthetics again since he was a kid, but he says getting a chance to build his own in the summer of 2023 felt new to him. He now wants the world to see past the prosthetics and see the person. He also hopes he can show that having prosthetics doesn't define him. He said it's super fulfilling. It kind of gave me a greater sense of control over my own mobility. He's shifting the narrative by mentoring others and doing the things that he loves. And he says, I know the road's not always smooth, but that's part of my story. I mean, come on. Doesn't that give you chills? I just thought this was the coolest story. So, you see someone with prosthetics, it doesn't define them. It's not who they are. It's part of their story. But this guy's story, and I'd love to see what he does with that. He made his own. He's going to walk on those legs for graduation. I just think it's the most amazing thing. All right. In some sports news, St. Louis Cardinals. So now they are on the road. They're set to begin a 9-game road trip actually today. They start off in the nation's capital. They have a 3-game series against the Washington Nationals. By the way, they're currently tied with Milwaukee for second place in the National League Central. Both teams trail the Cubs by 3 games, right? So they're talking about this being a reset season. Whatever. They're doing good. I mean, throwing that out there when upper management said that, it really ticked so many people off because they're paying, your hard-earned money to go and see the Cardinals, and they were acting like, oh, well, just deal with it. It's going to be our reset season. Whatever. Now they're in second place. I love it. Cards and Nationals, by the way, first pitch will be at 5:45. And then I had mentioned that St. Louis City SC had played midweek. Then they had a weekend game. They're going to play midweek again next week. So if you are a soccer fan, here's a look for you at some of the games that we've had and what is on tap. I did also look at their standings, and that's not looking the best, but let's cheer them on. Hopefully you're going. They're coming off, by the way, a win over Union Omaha 2-0. So now we've got them on tap tomorrow at 7:30 against San Diego FC, and then they'll play against Sporting KC Wednesday at 7:45. That'll be out of town. Tonight's is out of town, and then they'll be back home on the 17th for a game against Minnesota. That is at 7:30. Now, as I mentioned, I did look at their standings, and we got to win some games, folks, because look at that. They're way down there in 13th place. Hopefully we'll start moving up. So we'll keep an eye on that. All right, we're going to take a break in just a second and get into our Foodie Friday. Before we do that, here's what's on tap today. National Knockout Rose Day. Oh, I love knockout roses. I just want to plant. Got to get in the soil. And it's so therapeutic and meditative states that when I'm out there. National Homefront Heroes Day. National Alphabet Magnet Day. All right, the kids might want to have their friends sleep over. Today is National Sleepover Day. It's also National Military Spouse Appreciation Day. Love that. National Provider Appreciation Day. And National Butterscotch Brownie Day. I can't say I've ever had a butterscotch brownie. Have you? Let's see. What else have we missed? Jenny, you went back to the chrome nails. Dang it. Now I got to do mine. Yes, I did. This is coral with chrome on the top of it. You're so funny. You're paying attention to my nails. Carrie, I like those ideas instead of the gravesite. And I've done that. Yeah, we were talking about whether you go to the gravesite or not. Can't wait to tell my nephew that. He lives in Maplewood. Yeah, spread the word. Awesome. If I ever get there, I will most definitely have to meet you. Oh my gosh, of course, Jeannie, you reach out to us for sure. We would love that. Dickerson is my absolute favorite, Jenny says. Yep, it's going to be Celebrate St. Louis. Okay, so it is 7:28. That's our first half of the show. And now we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I hope that our friends in Fredericksburg, Texas are watching. Jesse and Sarah are the owners, Jesse and Sarah Barter, owners of Hill and Vine, and then Chef Michael Hall. Boy, did I just fall in love with all of them. Their food, more importantly, is to die for. So put Hill and Vine on the list when you travel to Fredericksburg, Texas, which I hope a lot of you are doing ever since you saw our shows last week. But it's Foodie Friday, and we are going to do it with Hill and Vine when we return.
Is so outdated and old. Can you help?
Let's take down this wall and add a support beam there.
Or just replace the furniture.
I love it.
New sofa, chaise lounge, and tables from Carroll House.
What about this bedroom?
Let's tear down this wall.
Or a new bed, dresser, and accessories.
It's like a whole new room.
Get free in-home design, fast free delivery, and free financing too. Skip the remodel. Add new furnishings from Carroll House for your new perfect room. Because you like nice things.
Oh, yeehaw. Can you guys do that good? Yeehaw. Oh, that was very, very good. We've learned by being here for a few days how to get it down straight. Fredericksburg, Texas. We have loved being in Fredericksburg, and what a foodie scene. So we thought, what the heck, let's do a Foodie Friday right here in Fredericksburg, Texas before we leave. We're very honored to have with us the owner, Jesse Barter, Hill and Vine, as well as Chef Mike Hall. And he's going to teach us ceviche, or is it ceviche? How do you say it?
I say ceviche.
Okay, good. Ceviche. That's what we're going to do. Well, first of all, let's talk with Jesse. Hill and Vine, I've heard, has amazing accolades. People said, "Oh, you're going to Hill and Vine. That's a good one." And the funny thing is, we kept running into Jesse at different restaurants, and he said the same thing. You're definitely showing all the good ones in our town. Yeah. So. Lots of accolades for you. A lot of people complimenting you. You've been open how long now?
We're open 4 years, June 1st, so we're coming up to our 4th year anniversary next month. So we're super excited.
Do you have big plans, like a celebration show?
Absolutely, yeah. No, we're going to have a good party that weekend to celebrate our 4th birthday.
So there we go. For all of you that are spontaneous and want to come in June, maybe you can come for their celebration. So when you decided to open Hill and Vine, what was the mindset of here's the type of food that we want to have?
Sure, yeah. Our food is focused on regional Texas food. And so the number one thing we do is source all of our proteins, as much of our produce as we can from the great state of Texas. We're a massive state with many different growing regions, and so we're able to source all kinds of amazing food, but we've also got the great Gulf to source all of our seafood from. And so today we're sourcing our fresh mahi-mahi through Galveston to showcase also the seafood that we're able to get in this great state.
Fantastic. And we'll go back and forth between Jesse and the chef. So chef, we were talking about where you were before you came here. So give us a little bit of your background.
All over the hill country. So I'm a Texas hill country native. I've been here all my life, and I'm in Fredericksburg to stay.
And he loves it. And you've been here how long?
Just a little over 4 years now.
So almost from the opening. Okay, so when we were thinking about featuring Hill and Vine as our Foodie Friday segment, it was, okay, what are we going to pick? You all might think Texas steak, right?
Yep.
But we're going to flip it up because I love seafood. You don't even know that I love my seafood. So ceviche, what made you choose this dish?
So each of our dishes tell a Texas story, and this is one that I felt would be a good story to tell today.
What's the story of ceviche?
Well, so, from, like Jesse said, with the Gulf mahi, it's a Texas fish. Every ingredient in this dish is from Texas.
And very fresh.
Very fresh, very fresh.
So for people who have never had ceviche before, let's talk about the ingredients that are in it.
Yeah, so we have some peaches, and nothing is more Fredericksburg than some peaches. Cilantro, red onion, and then agave baked jalapenos, and then we have some macerated tomatoes.
Agave baked jalapenos.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're getting a little sweetness and we're getting a little
We
spiciness
are,
together.
yeah, absolutely.
I love it. What do you love about this dish?
The combination of flavors. We have a little bit of sweet, a little bit of spicy. We have a little bit of umami, but we also have that delicateness of the freshness of the fish.
Jesse, what would you say about your chef?
Yeah, no, an amazing chef, very talented chef, but also stays core to what we do here and showcasing those Texas ingredients. And one of the things I love about this ceviche is we also add a little tequila into it. The signature dish of
Jesse,
a
it's 5
drink
o'clock
is
somewhere.
tequila, absolutely. And so we do that play with our margarita ingredients as well. So a little something different as well.
Do you have to keep an eye on this one? He's like this. Just kidding.
Him or maybe me.
Very good. Chef, I need to help you back there.
That's right.
Exactly.
If you're just tuning in, again, our Foodie Friday segment in Fredericksburg, Texas, and we're talking with Chef Mike Hall. He is going to show us how to do ceviche. Also, at some point before this is over, you got to give me some knife skills.
Absolutely.
Guy, teach me. Okay, so where do we start with the ceviche?
So we're going to start with the fish.
And this is mahi-mahi.
It is. So what we're going to do is we're just going to dice it up.
It's like butter.
That fish is so fresh, and that's one of the great things we have here is the availability to get great seafood fresh. So we're able to get this fish 6 days a week to come in for our ceviche program. So bring it in fresh, cut it fresh every day, and then it goes through the marination process with that tequila and lime juice to kind of make it a little exciting.
Where are you getting your fish from?
It comes through Galveston. So this mahi-mahi was actually harvested off the coast of Galveston and then brought to us through our distributor relationships in San Antonio.
Fantastic. So what is the secret to making sure that you're doing the fish correctly? We don't want big chunks. It needs to, how small?
As small as you'd like. You can kind of change it up depending on the ending texture that you want. I like to have a little bit of a mix.
See, what are you doing right there? Rocking the boat?
Rocking the boat. just getting some of the bigger pieces nice and fine.
But there's an art to knife. We literally said we want to do an entire segment on knife skills. How long did it take you to learn all this?
I've been doing this for 15 years now, so long time.
Long time. And
I'm
what do
still-
you love most about cooking?
The people you meet.
Oh, the
Yeah,
stories?
The stories. The
So
stories.
being proud of what you've provided them, they go home and tell others, oh, you got to go back. You got to try Chef Mike's ceviche.
Absolutely, but it's also about building that connection and the stories on both sides of the plate.
Yeah.
You know, the people you work with and the people that you see every day and the smiles that are created.
And that makes it all worthwhile.
It
because
does.
again, being in the kitchen, there's a lot of hard work. You got a jam-packed restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And you know it gets stressful, but that's life.
Yeah.
And then you come out of it and go, all right, it was all worth it.
Yeah, that's the great thing about the restaurant business is every shift will end at some point. And
Yeah.
so sometimes it gets absolutely crazy, especially here in Fredericksburg on the weekends. And you put a lot of hard work into it, but you see the results at the end of your day. And
Absolutely.
so that's the great thing about being in the restaurant business is you see the results, the smiles on the guests' faces, the happiness when they try something new that they weren't expecting from flavor profiles. And so we're able to put kind of that emotion into our cooking as well.
Okay, again, if you're just tuning in, we're making ceviche. So Chef Mike just cut up the mahi-mahi, again, from Galveston. So there you go, kind of giving you an idea of just how finely chopped up he's going to have that. And here's the thing, Chef, when we did our first one, we didn't have a sous chef. We didn't have it all prepped out. That is a necessity.
Yeah.
Having all the ingredients done and ready for you.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we'd be here forever.
And one of my favorite things about the ceviche is it's a very easy dish. That was the most technical part of this dish.
Oh, that right there.
Absolutely.
So what would you say well, you do have the marination. How long is it marinating?
For mahi, I prefer about an hour-long marination process.
Okay, so hour-long marination, and then this all took you, well, you're a chef though, so how long would you just a regular person to cut all this up?
Minutes.
Minutes, okay.
Yeah.
And then, so from beginning to end, what would you say the entire process would take?
Because we do have to bake off the jalapenos, about a 15-minute process.
Okay, so see there? Some people see ceviche and think all of these ingredients is going to take a long time. He says no. All right, what's that?
So right here we have a mixture of lime juice, orange juice, and lemon juice.
Yum.
So it's
Fresh.
about 80% lime juice with just a splash of OJ and lemon juice just for some flavor.
And then what does that do with, you already have this aspect marinated, but once you put that all together, what kind of flavors comes out?
It's going to process that fish. It's going to change the texture.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially it's going to cook the fish.
Okay, all right.
So we're going to go ahead and pour
They're
that right in.
swimming again.
Just swimming again. Then what we have here is the tequila.
Here's where we're going to do shots,
That's
Jesse.
right. That's right.
Tequila, by the way, I mean, being in the business, bourbon was such the popular thing.
Sure.
Now it's all about tequila, right?
It's all about tequila.
crazy.
One of the hottest spirits in the marketplace right now is definitely tequila. And there's so many different ways that tequila is made now. Also through all the aging processes. This is the Blanco tequila, so very light and true flavorness of it. But there's so many different versions of tequila. And with Texas being so close to Mexico, we know a thing or two about tequila.
You put it on the map. See, we're all just following. Again, if you're just tuning in, it's Hill and Vine, and you want to find them when you come to Fredericksburg, Texas. We want to make sure that you put them on the list when you're looking at your itinerary. So we're going to show you where you can find them and where to follow them on social as well, at Hill and Vine TX, Texas, right? Yep. hillandvinetx.co, and then hours of operation, where their location is. It is definitely a restaurant that if you type in, where should we go for eating out in Fredericksburg, you pop up. And then we're talking again with the owner and the chef. So Jesse and Mike with us. Okay, so we just marinated, and by the beauty of magic television, we're done with it.
Yeah.
Look, it's done already. So in all transparency, you did this
About an hour ago.
About an hour ago. But there it is.
And you can see how the texture changed quite significantly.
Yeah, look at that. See, again, so let's actually show them side by side. This is the one that so when you're preparing it yourself, here to there.
And I like to give it a stir maybe every 15 minutes or so just to keep it.
Yeah.
Good, Zach? Yeah, you got that? Okay, so this is the one that's been about an hour ago. Okay, so then from there.
And for everybody else who doesn't have the magic of TV, while we wait, we're going to go ahead and prepare the...
we're doing a shot.
Yeah, I call it agave pico de gallo. It's very similar to a salsa macheteada. And so what that means is we get to use a big knife.
Oh, I love it.
So this is
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything.
This is the easiest part of what we're doing here because you don't need any technical skills.
He says this.
Yeah.
Okay, Chef Mike, you're the pro saying this.
But one of the things that we try to do is keep it all fresh.
Yes.
And so all of the ingredients that are going in here come in fresh to us. We marinate. We make all of our own marinations, cut all of our own vegetables. And I think that that's one of the most important things when it comes to great food is it has to be fresh. You have to know where that source is, and that quality of those ingredients make a big deal.
Because otherwise it'll take the whole dish down.
Correct. Yeah,
right?
no, it changes everything.
Okay, so we got our jalapenos, our tomatoes, our onions.
Yep.
Cilantro. That's how you have
Cilantro.
to say it in Texas.
Cilantro.
And then peaches, which is what I really love. Yes, you are known for peaches here in Fredericksburg, Texas. I don't think I've ever had peaches in a ceviche.
Yeah, no, it was Fredericksburg is known for their peach production. It's an amazing crop that we get right here in this great state. But specifically right now in the spring. And so we're just now starting to see the first round of some early varietal peaches come, but they'll be with us all the way through summertime. And so when we were working on this ceviche dish, we wanted to add some different flavor profiles, but as we always do, we want to stay regional and to our effect. And so Chef had an amazing idea to come out with some fresh roasted peaches to chop into, make into that ceviche, and adds just a little bite of that sweetness as he balances all those different flavors out that he has.
Yeah, I think we came in just before the Peach Festival that you all have, and really the peak season of peaches,
yeah,
right?
we're just starting, and so
Okay.
you know this is the early. We're finishing our wildflower season, which
Yes.
is the amazing part. The beauty starts to come back in the hill country, and so as we kind of come out of our wildflower season, we're now entering peach season, and so there's always amazing festivals and seasonal effects here in
we're
Fredericksburg.
finding
So right now is that, and we'll go through the summer, and then we ramp up for Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
Germantown, Oktoberfest here is.
I heard it's massive.
It's massive. It's an awesome experience.
So we're going to have to come back.
As promised.
Yes. Oh, shoot. You just have no technical skills.
So there's no wrong way. You're
Yeah,
just
there
gonna
is.
Put a hand there.
Here.
Yep, there.
Okay, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Just chop
I'm
it
rocking the boat?
to oblivion. Yeah.
How's this?
Rock the
That's
boat.
perfect.
Oh, you know it's not. I'm not rocking the boat, though. That's the thing. And then you kept scooping it back.
Yep.
And then
And the beauty here is that you can make it as fine or as rough chopped as you'd like,
and then
as
you
you
just pull
prefer.
it back in.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm learning how to rock the boat, folks. Rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. Everybody get that? So do I keep going?
A little
How
bit longer.
much? A little bit
Yeah.
longer? I'm not hired. Oh, that got a little bit better.
Yeah.
Chop, chop, chop.
And then there you go.
That's it?
That's it. That's all
Okay,
there is to
That
it.
wasn't bad.
No. And then to finish it off, what
Yes.
we're going to do is
A little bit of me, a little bit of Mike, a little bit of Monica, and
like
a little
it.
bit of Jesse.
I like it.
We got a new song here. Okay, again, if you're just tuning in, Hill and Vine, we're talking with Chef Mike and owner Jesse again. Put this on the schedule for Fredericksburg, Texas. We definitely are coming back. We're coming back to enjoy it with some couples. So that's the thing. It is family vacation. It's couples getaway, girlfriend getaway, guy trip getaway.
Yeah, you name the reason you can do it here. Couples can come in here and have a great time. Many things to do, wine country, great food, museums. But you also can bring the girls and gather up the girls and bring a group down and have an amazing experience. A lot of wonderful homes to rent here and bring some large groups in. And so, you know, there's really something for all occasions and for anybody in their travel experience to come to Fredericksburg.
Well, obviously, from the chef standpoint, we're learning the art of making ceviche, but what would you pair with this, drink-wise?
Yeah, so I'm going to go right to Texas wine. We have an amazing wine country here. Texas wine and its amazing growth in the marketplace. One of my go-tos right here is a unique little grape called Peakpool Blanc. Peakpool Blanc.
That's fun to say.
It's a fun little grape to talk about. But Peakpool Blanc is known for its high acidity content, right? So beautiful, refreshing flavors, really bright in the acidic. And so pairing it with this ceviche dish, it really just kind of makes the flavors all explode. We serve one from a Texas producer called McPherson Cellars, and they make a beautiful Peakpool Blanc that we serve here.
Again, the thing I've loved, I'm a big foodie and wine person, but coming into Texas, it was like starting all over again. I'm like, don't know this grape, don't know this grape. Introduction, education, having fun together.
It's a very unique wine industry. We've been growing grapes in Texas for 150 years longer than California. So our wine production has been here and it will stay. But the main varietals we find are your more Italian and Mediterranean varietals work really well in our state. And so as they find the right grapes to grow, some of their names may be a little hard to pronounce, but once you taste the wine, you're sold.
It's fun.
You're sold. Yeah.
We're looking again at his skills right there. We're doing the peaches now. So you have the peaches about the same size as you did the fish? Or a little smaller? Roughly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You with all of the ingredients here, you kind of want a mixture of the sizes, and it just creates a little bit of a different mouthfeel as you eat.
Okay. Again, we're making ceviche at Hill and Vine.
That's right. Yeah, no, an amazing dish. Perfect for summertime. All right, Chef, you ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want me to switch with you again, or you're good?
Yeah, sure.
We're playing musical chairs here.
So what we're gonna do first is scoop.
Peaches. Again, if you didn't get the ingredients in the beginning, we talked about some peaches and onions and cilantro, a little salt,
Yeah, we'll do the salt right after the fish.
and then the agave with the jalapenos, which
Yep,
is really
agave
interesting.
baked. So we're gonna bake those in there. It just locks in that flavor and adds a really nice depth of sweetness to the jalapenos.
It smells good. Y'all smell it in the background? It smells very, very fresh.
You know, and between the agave and the tequila and the lime juice, you know, you really get those margarita flavors coming out.
So what do you say to people, Jesse and Chef Mike, that are like, oh, I only like fish cooked?
Sure.
Yeah.
How do you get them to be introduced?
Well, it is cooked technically,
Yes.
and you see that color and that texture. You'll also get that full texture. Some people are a little weirded out because they're like, wait a minute, it didn't hit the grill. So acid is an amazing thing that can be used to cook products. We've used acid for hundreds of years to protect products and to care for products. So it is totally safe to eat, and it is totally cooked in that situation. But if anybody's completely weirded out, we also do an amazing grilled redfish. There are options if you're not
There's
down
something
with
for
the ceviche.
everyone.
There is something for everyone.
Well, and as we're talking about this, and we're going to take a break in just a bit, and then we are going to come back and we're going to do a little taste test of this. What else, when people are coming in, would you say, all right, these are my go-to dishes?
One of everything.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I want this side of the menu and this side of the menu.
Yeah, no, we have an amazing shareable section with homemade onion rings that are Texas-sized onion rings that are the real big guys. Pork carnitas nachos. But also on our main dish, we do a chicken schnitzel, a little different play on a traditional German schnitzel.
Yeah.
But we also do amazing steaks from the great state of Texas. So MTX Beef Company, located right here in the Hill Country. We serve multiples of their steaks as well. Once again, it's all about sourcing and getting the local ingredients.
And this is what I love. So you put a little ceviche in a margarita glass.
Correct. Yeah, it is our peach margarita ceviche. So you must serve it in your margarita glass as
Absolutely.
well.
Again, we are doing the finishing product of this, and any of you that have made ceviche, maybe this is a new take for you to make a new recipe at home. This is fantastic as people are having friends over, they're hosting as we transition from spring into summer.
Right.
Perfect dish.
Yeah, this is the time of year that you're wanting to start to see those ceviche. And you can really use a lot of different white fishes into this situation.
Yeah.
We use mahi-mahi from a sourcing standpoint, but you're really looking for a light, flaky white fish to utilize for this. The flavor profiles will work as long as you use a white, flaky fish.
I just love, I love to watch chefs because they're like magicians in the kitchen and they're very particular.
Yes.
It's got to be like this, it's got to be like that. It's all about presentation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
And
what's this part?
What we have here is we have a Texas chili oil. So this is going to be olive oil grown and made in Texas. And what we do is we infuse that with guajillo chilies. And then
So
we're-
not too spicy, just a
no,
little
not
kick.
too
Yeah.
spicy, not at all. And we're just gonna,
Just a little on top.
yep.
And then
Some cilantro.
cilantro, and then your little salt.
I already did
You
some
did the
salt.
salt. I missed the salt while
and
we were
just,
talking.
just a pinch of salt.
Yeah, because isn't that what people do? They oversalt things.
Yes.
Ken, you gotta be careful.
Yes. Oh, yep. And just like your margarita, you got to have a little lime on the side. And then chips. That's what goes with it. Now, if someone doesn't want to have chips, what else? Could they just have the ceviche by itself?
Absolutely. You can eat the
Absolutely.
ceviche by yourself. You can also do it with flatbreads as well. So if you went down for the chip. But these we make fresh tortilla chips in-house. And so
Right, of
we're
course.
cutting fresh tortillas, corn tortillas, and then fry those fresh every day. Having a nice crisp chip is really important to this, and we really like to use the corn tortillas.
I'm going to let you hear the crunch. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to do our taste test of Chef Mike's Ceviche here at Hill and Vine. Again, it's for our Foodie Friday segment from Fredericksburg, Texas. So don't go anywhere.
Monica's show brings positiveness to the world. She brings positive vibes to the community, and she's in there to help everyone. I really feel this was a calling for me to come to this show and to work with Monica. I've been following her for a long time. She always has a bright outlook on everything. And the people that she brings together, that's what this is all about, is bringing people together. And this is the best platform that I could even think about using to do so.
This lady got me in the best shape of my life. I literally didn't know that I could be in shape like that. But the amount that she pours into her clients, and especially whenever you get the one-on-one training, it's mind-blowing. I mean, it was really life-changing. I learned so much about proper form, about nutrition, about just being able to invest in myself. I hired Monica to be my personal trainer, which was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
And welcome back. If you're just tuning in, once again, our Foodie Friday segment from Fredericksburg, Texas. We wanted to make sure that we highlighted some of the best restaurants, and this is one of them. When you come to Fredericksburg, you got to come to Hill and Vine. Chef Mike Hall, Jesse Barter, again, the owner of Hill and Vine, and I know that we're going to do our taste test here, but some of the other aspects of your restaurant, which I love, you are very proud of family owned and operated.
Yeah, no, it's a big thing for us. We're 100% family owned and family operated, and it's a massive thing for our family to be actively involved with this restaurant every day. We gather around food as a family, and we want that experience for our guests, and so being family owned and operated is a big thing for us.
Very important. It's all about bringing the family unit back together. I say it all the time. I want families to get back to the dinner table. Right? You can go out to eat, but you should also go back, because that's when the true conversations take place. You also have a coffee shop across the street.
We do, yeah. So Sunday Supply Coffee Shop right next to our restaurant, open 7 days a week at 7 a.m. Chef Hall and his team do fresh baked pastries every morning, breakfast tacos, and then we also do grab and go lunches. So sandwiches and salads, hummus that you can grab next door. And then we have an amazing outdoor area for people to gather.
What's up with the bus, by the way?
That's Das Bar Bus. And so probably the most unique VW bus you'll see. So Das Bar Bus operates as our outdoor bar. It's like a transformer. The roof lifts up, the side panels come down. We do live music every Friday and Saturday night next to it. And so it has a whole awesome vibe when you come in here, a place to hang out, relax. Part of coming to Fredericksburg is just relax for a little bit. Take some time to enjoy. So you can come here to Hill and Vine, enjoy dinner, stay for some music, and then come back tomorrow morning and get some fresh coffee and a pastry to start your day.
Das Bar Bus.
Das
Do you
Bar
cook
Bus.
out there also?
We have before,
Yeah?
yeah. That's, the bus is one of my favorite parts of the
It's
of the
so
property.
cool. We pulled up and my director Zach goes, "Oh, there's a Volkswagen bus out there," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's Das Bar Bus." Okay, let's taste. We're all going to taste. You got to taste the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
Fresh made chips again. I love everything about this entire dish is fresh.
There you go.
Ceviche. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
We're going to toast our chips the way we toast wine glasses. Again, welcoming you all into Hill and Vine. Just one of many dishes that Chef Mike can make for you.
And if you don't like it, he made it, okay?
Yum. Oh gosh, it smells so good. I can't wait to taste the peaches.
Cheers.
Again, that's the difference. Cheers, 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 cheers to all of you. Mom said don't talk with your mouth full. You and I are good together.
I know. Yeah. I can taste your part of this also.
Here's what I thought was funny. We went to the break and we said, should we clean all this up? I was like, no, it's the real Monica Adams. And you said?
Got him with his mouth full.
Chef
Made a real mess.
Chef made a real mess. We're going to help him clean it all up. Thank you so much for having us in your restaurant.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to sit down and enjoy more of Chef Mike's wonderful creations. Come here, again, one more time, Hill and Vine. Go to their website, follow them on social, see the beautiful Instagram-worthy pictures that you have, and then find what you love. Do us a favor and keep in touch with us. When you come to Fredericksburg, Texas, let us know what you loved most. There it is, at Hill and Vine TX, right? When you come to Fredericksburg, put this on the list. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Chef Mike.
Absolutely.
More importantly, to each and every one of you, thank you for tuning in. Now share this show with all your family and friends and tell them, get on out to Texas. Have a wonderful one, and we'll have more wonderful chef creations on our Foodie Fridays.
Let's take down this wall and add a support beam there.
Or just replace the furniture.
I love it.
New sofa, chaise lounge, and tables from Carroll House.
What about this bedroom?
Let's tear down this wall.
Or a new bed, dresser, and accessories.
It's like a whole new room.
Get free in-home design, fast free delivery, and free financing too. Skip the remodel. Add new furnishings from Carroll House for your new perfect room. Because you like nice things.
Well, welcome back, folks. What did you think of that? All right. First of all, Zach Kimball, you killed it. I have been doing Foodie Fridays now for the last month and a half or so, and this is now a regular thing. So we might feature restaurants right here in the Lou, right? We're from St. Louis, Missouri, and we're proud. We have an incredible foodie scene, but so do so many others all across the United States and in other countries. So I was thinking when we went to Fredericksburg, Texas, hey, let's pick a restaurant and do a Foodie Friday with them. And I'm so glad that we were able to do that with Jesse and Chef Mike. I just love their personalities, had such a great time with them. And Zach, you did a wonderful job, not only shooting that piece, but editing it up. So kudos. If I didn't get out of frame, I'd stand up and give you a standing ovation. I think he did such a wonderful job. We have restaurants that I'm talking to right now in our immediate area, but I would like to know, do you have a guest that you would like to see on the show? Do you have a chef or a restaurant that you would like to see on the show? If so, do me a favor, pay attention right here. Topics or guests that you would like to see on the show, shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. So it could be topics or guests. It could be a mobile Monica that you would like to see from your business or from an upcoming festival or an event. The Mobile Monicas, by the way, are these live shows that we take out of the studio or out of my home. And we take them to you, and then we have all the eyes on your business, just like Hill and Vine got. So I love doing that. I hope you did as well. We've got regular segments that if you would like to become a sponsor, you can come up with a new segment that we have on a regular basis, or maybe once a month or once a quarter that we drop in. There's so many opportunities on our show. And I just want to thank the sponsors that we currently have, that we've had for a while now. Carroll House Furniture, you just saw. Thank you to Brooke and Amy Dubman and all of the team at Carroll House. Thank you to Regional Dermatology. If you didn't hear, Dr. Sarah Jensen is back. She was just on with us this past Monday. What a great show. Make sure that you watch that. And by the way, that is the beauty. If you miss things live, go back and watch those. There's 500 plus shows that you can go back in our library and watch. Facebook, unfortunately, is deleting a lot of shows after 30 days, so I'd highly recommend that you be sure to follow me on YouTube, and that way you can see all of those. We're trying to get those numbers up on YouTube more and more and more. Our first goal is to hit 1,000. We're closing in on 900, so tell your friends, even if they're watching us on Facebook, please do me a favor and like our YouTube page, because once you get to 1,000, there's so much that we can do from a digital creation standpoint. Thank you to Jessica at Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa. Thank you to Chuck and Michelle at Defiance Ridge Vineyards. We've got Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, by the way, coming back next Wednesday. And then thank you to Dot Fleshman, real estate extraordinaire from Coldwell Banker Gundaker. And your name could be among those. So yeah, besides having commercials or testimonials from me, you're constantly talked about. I gush about our sponsors, and then you probably show up in promos as well. So there's a lot of value that we give you here on The Real Monica Show. All right, let's go back to some comments that I may have missed. Yeah, Jenny is on it, isn't she? She's got her fingers typing fast, giving you all the information so you don't have to look it up. Welcome to Foodie Friday with Hill and Vine in Fredericksburg, Texas. She said, yeah, Hill and Vine is delicious, Jeannie says. She's from there. Fantastic brunch. Oh, we're going to have to go back and have brunch. Jenny is going to have to go to Fredericksburg. We're going to do a girls trip out there, by the way. She will absolutely love it. Good morning, Julie Purcell. Hope you're having a great one. Carrie said, I love ceviche, cured with the juice. Never had it with peaches, nor had I, but I love that sweetness of the peach, the acidity that's in there, the fresh fish, and then the agave baked jalapenos. What an amazing combination. He is truly phenomenal in the kitchen. The honey, she said, I would definitely try it. Good with shrimp also. We made it when we were in Cabo. We also had some octopus, which was a little strange, but hey, I like to try a lot of things. Put it on saltine crackers. Yes. Have a great Friday, everyone. Jenny says, happy Mother's Day weekend. Have a restful weekend. or an energetic one, whatever mom needs. That was awesome. Yes, of course, Richard said June 21st will be an epic mobile Monica. We talked all about it yesterday. If you haven't put it on your calendar, his is coming up. Dude's Playground Poker Run. Put it on the calendar. Tell everyone to come out, whether you want to be in the poker run or you want to be there for the food and the entertainment and the lighting up the sky at 9:15. Whatever it is, we feel like we're going to have people that are going to be like kind of two different waves. The people that are in the poker run, and then of course all of the people that want to come and gather and have fun with us afterwards. Girls trip is the best, Jeannie, right? Jenny, I hope to visit. That town has my name written all over it. Not sure I would come back. I know. Hey, I did, Jenny, right? But we got to keep visiting for sure. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We're going to send you off into the weekend with a devotional. And did you all like the candle? Right? Did you hear it crackling in the background? Yeah. Jeannie, don't leave without the devotional. You got to end your day with the devotional. So we always have faith that we put into the mix for you. And this one's going to be from Jesus Listens. So we are on May 9th. And this is, beloved Jesus, I want to live in continual awareness of your presence and your peace. I know that these are gifts of supernatural proportions. Ever since your resurrection, you've comforted your followers with wonderful messages like this. Surely I am with you always, and peace be with you. Please help me to be increasingly receptive to you, Lord, as you offer me these glorious gifts. I'm learning that the best way to receive your presence and peace is to thank you for them. I'm delightful that you created me first and foremost to glorify you. It means it's impossible for me to spend too much time thanking and praising you. I've found that thanksgiving and praise put me in proper relationship with you, opening the way for your joy to flow into me as I draw near you in worship. And thanking you for your presence and your peace is a wise investment of time, enabling me to receive more of you and your precious gifts. In your glorious name, amen. This is from Sarah Young, by the way. Jesus Listens. She also does the Jesus Calling book. A lot of you probably will be going with mom to church over the weekend. And a lot of you that are going to Catholic churches, by the way, are very proud of the new Pope that we have. And that was our lead story, of course, our Pope from Chicago, Illinois, which is just absolutely amazing. So next week, let me run down some things because people always like to have forward momentum, what's coming up the next week. So on Monday, we will be interviewing Rich Melching from Dude's Playground. We're going to hear all about that poker run and all about our veterans and all about this respite that he created at Dude's Playground in Waterloo, Illinois. And one of the board members, Trish Odom, one of the board members, will be with Richard. She's also involved in Haven House. And then I can't wait for Tuesday, Lily's Snow Cones. Have you ever heard of Lily's Snow Cones? Well, we're going to talk with a girl who many people will probably understand this in life. People tell you can't do this or you can't do that. And if you have some type of disability or you have Down syndrome like Lily has, there are a lot of people that thought, well, you can't do something. And she's like, well, by God, yes, I can. And she started this snow cone stand, and it's been very, very popular out in the St. Charles County out west. We're going to talk with Lily, and we're going to talk with her mom as well. And then I do want you to, if you can, listen to our show from yesterday. Hannah Ledford does a great job editing audio for us. So we do have, besides this visual talk show, we have an audio podcast that drops on Thursdays on all the audio platforms. And yesterday's was Babs. You know, we had a chance to sit down with Babs and you saw it. But even if you listened to it and saw it on Monday, I would highly recommend that you go back and you hear it only, right? Hear the message and remember our dear friend, Brian McKenna. And don't forget on Thursday, please pay attention. A lot of people that were friends of Brian's and followers of Brian's are trying to figure out, how do I watch the show? Right here. But be sure to spread that to everybody that you know that knows Brian so that they watch at 4:00 in the afternoon on my pages. I was trying to figure out a way to cross stream that on Babs and then trying to get into Brian's page. They turned it into a memory page, but the family was trying to find a way to get into that. So some good things on tap for you next week. And then we'll do a little wellness, maybe workout Wednesday coming up on Wednesday afternoon, 4:00. We'll be at Defiance Ridge for the Defiance Ridge Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. On Thursday, we will be at Yuppie Puppies for our positive talk time with Yuppie Puppy Pets. And then who knows what we're going to do on Friday. We've got a lot of things. So again, if there's guests, there's topics you'd like me to cover, remember, we started it right here. Me in this room, lighting a candle and motivating you. So you tell me what's weighing heavily on your mind, or what energizes you, or what makes you happy. And let's just do this together. Sometimes it's just you and I, and that is how it all originated. So I don't ever want to lose that connection that we have. I hope you have a beautiful one. And again, mamas, happy Mother's Day to you. I hope you are doted on just as you deserve. God bless you. Thank you for everything you do. One of the most difficult jobs in life is being a mother and doing all the other things that you do. Kudos to you. I love you all for it. And I love my mom. Can't wait to spend time with you, Mama Jackie. And we'll have to bring Mama back on real soon. Maybe I do a little segment with her that you see in my stories over the weekend. Have a beautiful one. And remember what I always ask you to do. There's no greater thing than to be kind. God bless you all. I'll see you Monday.